About 6 or 7 years ago, when I was working for somebody else, someone gave me a nickname calling Sushi Mike. I do have few nicknames besides that, like Sashimi Sally or Sushi Boy. Every restaurant that you go to, when you order something, it's pretty much everything is the same, and that's kind of boring. My food is totally different than any other sushi restaurant. I don't just use wasabi and soy sauce. I use Mexican style, Italian style, French style, Chinese style, Korean style, whichever it makes taste good. I usually ask customers to take a little adventure, have open mind, and try it. Any customer that walks in having my food, which is my specials, every single dish, I guarantee it. Till now, I don't think I failed anybody yet so far, so I'm pretty proud of what I do. So.
So Sarah, you say that Tanoshii is a cut above all the other sushi restaurants in town. Tell us why.
Well, Mike is not your typical sushi chef. He's not somebody that just makes California rolls and spicy tuna rolls for everybody. What he does is absolutely artistic and well done. He creates individual platings for each person and different combinations of flavors of fish that you'd never expect.
So meaning you've actually never even seen the menu before. You just go in there and tell him, I'm in the mood for such and such, and he makes a creation for you.
Absolutely. I go get there early, sit at the bar, and just tell him, I'm in the mood for a lot of tuna and a lot of salmon tonight. And, he'll ask me how spicy I want it, and then he'll just create things that I never expected.
I kind of got that sense that the sushi bar is kind of where it's at, kind of directly interacting with Mike. Unfortunately, we got there at a time where all the dinner crowd was coming in, so they only had reservations at the sushi bar, so we had to sit at a table off to the side. But we were able to kind of view Mike in action, and you can definitely tell that he's a bit of a celebrity there. And that's kind of one of the things I like about the place. I'm not a huge sushi person, but usually when I go for the nigiri sushi. I don't usually go for rolls. I kind of have, I admit, a little bit of a prejudice against rolls. But when I went there, I realized very quickly that that's really what Sushi Mike is known for. And he did a great job. I thought it was fantastic. The nigiri was all right, but like the rolls were really where it was at for me. And he was very creative with the use. He didn't have to put any kind of wasabi or soy sauce. That was already planned into the way he.
Isn't that sort of like a rule there? No soy sauce.
I don't know if there's soy sauce out, but there is no wasabi or ginger on the plates because it's about the flavors that he creates, not trying to fix perfection.
So, Seth, you went with a group of friends, big sushi fans. Did you select from the menu? Did you put yourself in the hands of Mike?
I tried to put myself in the hands of my waiter. Unfortunately, there was only one waiter for the whole room, and quite honestly, it was one of the worst dining experiences I think I've had in a long time. We just waited so long for our food to come. There was an incident where I brought 2 bottles of chilled wine from the store, and he chilled one of them for us and then left the other one on the table. And then by the time we were ready to open a second bottle, it was pretty warm. And we also had to get up from the table to ask our waiter for a corkscrew. Unfortunately, we had to also ask for our check. We had to go across the restaurant and ask for our check.
I'm wondering if he had a night, just an off night, because typically there's about 3 servers there.
Maybe. I really don't know. I've never been there before.
Peter, how was your service?
It was fine. I mean, then again, I'm not a big stickler on service. I don't expect every restaurant to be perfect every time I go in there. I mean, maybe I should raise my expectations, but as long as I have a good time and feel comfortable in the room, and that's kind of how I felt at that place, is I discovered what you go there for, and once you stuck with that and just let Sushi Mike take care of you, it was a good time.
So Sarah, you're obviously a huge fan of Sushi Mike because you followed him from his previous restaurant. But what is it about his sushi that sets it apart?
He created a combination of baby white tuna with salmon that had, I don't even remember what was in it. It was so perfect. But then what he did was he took absolutely perfectly ripe mango and sliced it real nice and thin and put the sushi on top of the mango and then literally handed it over the bar into our hands like this. And we had to eat it like that. And we had mango juice going down our hand. It was a perfect combination of salt and buttery fat of all the different fish, and then just perfect acid of the mango just cutting right through it, and the sweetness just sparking everything off. I mean, where else can you get something like that, an experience like that?
Did anybody have the calamari while you were there?
I've never had it.
We were surprised that it was on the menu. We thought, okay, Japanese restaurant, we'll try some calamari. And it was actually very good. A lot of the appetizers were very good. The soft shell crab was great. The rolls were great.
The first two we had were just the special. We had like we did one non-spicy and one spicy one. The non-spicy one was a soft shell crab. There was soy paper. I believe there's a dab of wasabi on it. It was really good. And the spicy one was an inside-out roll with tuna, bit of tempura batter in the middle from what I remember. Plus we had to make a spicy taco or octopus roll just for us because my cousin who I took with me really enjoys that particular style. So he kind of improvised a spicy taco roll, which, like, once again, I thought it was really well done.
You had a whole smorgasbord.
Oh, we did. We had, I think it was a total of 6 or 7 rolls in the end. I completely blew the budget, but I figured, yeah, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to give Sushi Mike every last chance to impress me. You know, I'm not going to come here, order one roll, and then walk out and say, well, this was awful or this was great, because I'd like to see, just kind of what he can do. And I mean, he impressed me. I would definitely go back there again. And I think bang for buck, if we were a little less gluttonous, it would definitely have been, it would have been within a normal price range for something like that, if not a little bit more affordable than most sushi places.
Well, Sarah, you picked Tanoshii. Give us a summary.
Tanoshii is not your normal sushi place. If you would like a different sushi experience where you're going to experience artful creations on each plate, this is the place to go.
All right. Peter?
Reasonably priced sushi. Leave Sushi Mike in charge. I mean, he'll take care of you, and it's a very unpretentious place. You can go in there wearing a baseball cap and shorts just as easily as wearing a business suit.
And Seth?
I'm afraid I'm going to have to say that I probably would not go back there. It was such a disastrous experience that I would go somewhere else for that kind of money.
Well, you can check out Sushi Mike at Tanoshii, 5547 North Clark Street, 773-878-6886. Open for dinner every day except Tuesday. Reservations are accepted. Alcoholic beverages are BYOB, and the average tab per person is $35.